Okay, here's a hip extension hold, and there's two ways to work on this. First, I like to start off on the ground. The principles are the same for the standing or the kneeling version. We want to achieve this stacked position where my ribs aren't poking out and I'm not arching my lower back. The position I'm trying to achieve is the stacked position and get my knee a little bit behind my hip. So this is hip extension. We're working on stretching the tissues in this front hip area. So first, I'm going to see if I can stay active here. Abs are braced. I'm not arching my back. Can I squeeze this butt cheek? Just by doing this, you may start to feel a pretty intense stretch. I know I do. The other thing that's worth noting is this foot back here will have a tendency to spin in. You want to keep your ankle directly behind your knee and your knee directly under your hip. So take a look back to see where you're at. If you are used to being in this position, positioning that ankle behind your butt is probably going to feel really weird, but work on that. Toes are on the ground, ankles behind the knee, knee is under the hip, maybe a little bit behind. We have that straight line is what I'm trying to say. So we're squared up, squeeze the butt, abs stay tight. And then I'm going to throw in some efforts here, some contract relax by pushing my foot into the floor as if I was trying to straighten my knee. And all that's going to do is create more intensity in this thigh, in front of the hip area. 10-second hold, relax, try to sink in a little further, but make sure you still have the ability to contract this butt cheek. If you lose that ability, you've gotten too far. You need to work on owning that neuromuscular control in a shallower position before working a little deeper. So that's the first way. The second way is from the top down. The setup is the same. We have that straight line from the hip to the knee to the ankle. You're going to find that neutral spine, braced abs, and just start by squeezing that butt cheek. Should be hard. And then the second part is working to squeeze the quad to straighten the knee. So what you'll start to get is a nice intense stretch in the front of that hip. Take some deep breaths. And then you can also work on squeezing that glute, keeping the upper body stacked, and then start to sink down toward the floor and see how far down you can get without losing the squeeze of that butt cheek. And essentially make this a lunge, go to the point where you have control, butt cheek is squeezed, come back up. The other thing to note is my shin on this front side. I'm not putting all my weight forward. I'm going straight down, keeping my shin vertical at the furthest point forward and a little bit angled back as I come up. You may find that over the course of 10 reps, you can start to get lower to the ground with that butt cheek squeeze. And that's great. Just means that range of motion is opening up. So work on it both ways. Work on it kneeling on the ground, work on it standing, getting down to a lower position. And you're really going to improve the extension and flexibility in this hip.